Look at it. Look at it, so bouncy. Oh no, no! She's fine. Are you rolling?
Yeah, I'm rolling.
Oh, okay, hi. Lighting, very important. Sorry, no visitors. We're not interested in having guests. Oh, actually, he's interested in having guests. Hello. Yes, your friends are here from the internet. The internet friends have come to see the home, haven't they? Welcome to our accessible apartment. Now, you guys have already seen the standard apartment tour, but this is the accessibility features of this apartment. So the different things that we've done to adapt our rental unit to make it more accessible. Now, obviously, this is gonna differ from what I did to make my condo that I renovated accessible, because I was able to actually like renovate it because I owned it, whereas this we're just renting. So we're kind of retrofitting. We have a lot of affordable options, pretty much everything I purchased on Amazon, and I will link anything that I can below. And let's get started. Cool. We're actually gonna start right here. Hello and welcome. As you might notice, I wrote that myself. And this is, honestly, it's just to cover our door number for ease.
Oh, there's a loud truck.
It's a very loud, it sounds like a bus or something.
Oh, it's a trash truck, that's what it is.
Of course. So we have put one of the Google doorbells on the middle of our front door, which mostly we did because it has a security camera, and it's just like a nice safety feature. So on the phone, we have an app and it like alerts us if a package has been dropped off or if somebody's come to the door, and you can actually see who it is and watch the video back. Love that. And then this might be my favorite thing we've done. I'm obsessed with this. So is Elton. Look at him. He's like getting all up in the
Let me
business.
show you my door handle.
He says, I don't use it because pause, you know, but it's really cool. I see my parents use it all the time. Okay, so we've got a deadbolt, but more importantly, this. Now we can't remember the name, got it on Amazon. It's incredible. It's like I have a hotel like doorknob. So basically there's a fingerprint scanner. You just like hold your finger and it scans you in. Unlocked. And then there's also a touchpad keypad, which I can't use because blind. So that is for the sighted folks, and we have a custom code that you can pin in. There's also an app on the phone that you can use to unlock it. There is a fob, like a key fob like you'd get for an office building or a hotel key, and you just scan the fob and it unlocks. So there's literally so many ways. Oh, and a key. Right. There is so many ways to unlock this. It is incredible. I'm obsessed with it. And as you probably heard, it talks. So when you do unlock it, it makes a beep noise and it says unlocked, or it says failed, so that you know. And when you close the door behind you, it auto locks, and within 5 seconds, you'll hear it say locked out loud. I'm obsessed. This is so good. Now that we're inside and out of the extreme LA heat, I would like to thank the sponsor of today's video before we go on to the next accessible feature, and that is Squarespace. As you may know, Squarespace has been a longtime partner of my channel, and I've been using them as a customer for even longer. My website, mollyburkeofficial.com, is a Squarespace website, and what I love is for somebody like me, who by no means is a professional, and frankly, I don't want to hire somebody to build me a website from scratch because that can cost so much money. I love that Squarespace allows you to build a custom website that looks and feels like you and your brand. They have templates that have been made by people who are professionals for you to select from and then edit and cater to meet your needs and what you want your aesthetic for your website to look like. And now they actually have a guided design tool, which is Squarespace Blueprint, which is an AI design tool and SEO optimization. And of course, if you and your brand want to sell products, whether that be digital, physical, virtual, and I don't know, anything in between, you can do that on Squarespace. You can host your shop, and they make it really easy for your customers to pay you, which we love, through their flexible payments. You can make it flexible and seamless for your clients to pay when they check out by accepting credit cards, PayPal, Apple Pay, and in eligible countries. They also have ClearPay and Afterpay. And if and when you are ready to build your own Squarespace website, you can go to squarespace.com/mollyburke and use code mollyburke to get 10% off your purchase of a website or domain name. All right, on to the kitchen. I'm getting used to the place. I'm not walking into so many things anymore. It's good. Still walking into some things. Oh, actually, I realized the other day, I walked into this wall a couple times that separates like the kitchen from the living room, but I realized I need to make sure before I try to turn to feel for this separation that goes from the tile to the wood, because that will make sure I don't my face again.
That's a good idea.
Yes, boom, lights on. So this is the like very glaringly bright overhead light that we have in here. There was no like,
Here comes LT to interrupt.
Melton, this video is not about you. He's like truly doing the most today. He is puppy energy times 1000.
I love when he slips and slides. It's so cute.
He's such a fool. Okay, now the dog is settled, back to the light switch. So basically there was only this glaring overhead light and no under cabinet lighting or like mood lighting as you would call it. For me, I'm very photophobic. Like I'm really light sensitive, so that means that light can hurt my eyes. If everything else is dark, like it's nighttime or it's early in the morning and there's no natural light coming through the windows and it's very dark in our apartment, if the only light that's in the kitchen is this, it hurts my eyes. Like last night, my boyfriend and I wanted snacks and it was nighttime, we were watching a movie. And we come in here and he like turns on the overhead light and I was like, why did you just do that? Like it's too much for me. So I am all about the mood lighting. This is like the only light that I would have on in the kitchen 99% of the time if it was fully up to me. This, never. We don't need her, too much. And so my boyfriend basically installed these, which are just LED strips, is that what they're called?
Yeah, they're just LED strips.
We got
So they're
them
way in there.
and it's actually really funny because before he did this, I didn't actually realize that the cabinetry went like up like this in a dip. Had no idea. I assumed they just went straight across. The light told me otherwise, so I'm obsessed with these, and it was literally like, I think 25 bucks. I got them on Wayfair. One of the best purchases we've made for this place, and it was so affordable. Definitely took a couple hours of work. And something that's fun
I'll show this now.
is that he installed the actual remote control for them on the wall next to the light switch. So he just like stuck it. Did you use double-sided tape?
That 3M tape stuff.
Perfect. So
It looks really clean.
Yeah.
It's very nice just against the switch there.
that's the on-off. Very easy, very simple, tactile buttons, which is great. And then this is our pantry / just general. It's a mess in here. I'm not really
Not
gonna.
crazy messy. You can open it.
I mean, there's no nice looking pantry. We have braille labeled things. So we bought a braille label maker. I got it on Amazon, and you probably literally can't even
Actually,
see it.
I can see it a little bit.
Can
Yep,
you?
I can see it.
So this says lemon, and in here is all my lemon ginger teas. And then we've got the one that says mint for my mint tea. And then we have two more, and obviously if I get more tea, I'll just make more labels. We just got the label maker in. I used to own one of these. No idea where it went. You guys know. I've moved a million times. Got lost in one of the moves. I used to braille label everything. When I lived alone at 18, 19, 20, everything in my place was braille labeled with one of these, and I loved it. It made my life so much easier. I just like not having to constantly have to whip my phone out and use an app to read stuff to me. It's just nice being able to use my finger and quickly scan it. It's just quicker. So happy we got this in, and I will be labeling so much more of this apartment now that I have it. Speaking of tea, I am a tea drinking girl, at least once a day, bare minimum, usually more. And this baby right here has been a game changer. This is like one of those giant water things that I used to always see at like gyms or doctor's offices growing up. But it's like sleek and black, which I like. And it's a bottom filling, so you put the 5-gallon jug underneath. And what I love about it is that it has hot and cold. We drink spring water in this house, if anybody's wondering. But this makes it so much easier for me to fill my bottles because I just put it under and push the button. And then when I want to make tea, which is the hot side, in this drawer right here, have my liquid level indicator right here. I just pop that in. I feel with my finger to make sure that it's properly underneath there, and then I just push that down. And I find this so much easier for both hot and cool water than like pouring from a kettle or pouring from like a water filter jug into my copper bottle. Like this is, full.
It's always so scary loud.
I know, it's aggressively loud. Like I wish they had one that was like, you're done, you're done, you're done. Like that would be so much cuter. Or like, that was easy, like the old school Staples button. Okay, now I gotta steep some tea. Mint. Bet I got it right. Tea. Okay, while our tea steeps, we shall go across to the refrigerator. We just did a full grocery shop at Trader Joe's this morning. Honestly, I don't know how to function without Trader Joe's. Like when I go to other places that don't have Trader Joe's, like when I'm in BC, I'm like, what do people eat? Like I literally don't know how you do it without Trader Joe's. One thing that I'm obsessed with that we've done in here is this drink container. I got this on Amazon and I couldn't love it more because I'm a big drink girl. I love Spindrift, I love my nitro cold brews, I love all sorts of different drinks. And this allows us to keep them organized. So I know that nitro cold brews on the far left, Spindrift, mixed flavors. So it's a fun experience every time. I never know which one I'm getting, but we only get the ones that we obviously both like. So I'm gonna like it regardless of which flavor. We have grapefruit and lemon in this side today. And then in the middle I have overflow nitro cold brew and then some like glass bottles of a cold brew tea. You like pull it out and they slide forward. It's just so convenient versus just having them kind of scattered throughout the fridge. And then typically after we grocery shop every week, what we do is just decide where things are gonna go. So usually we put most of my stuff on the bottom shelf here so that when I reach in, I know where the things that I want are. And then we also have a dolly, like one of the little spinning...
Lazy Susan?
Lazy Susan, not a dolly. Lazy Susan, thank you, with fruit in it. But I feel like we could do something even better with this. I don't know, I'm thinking maybe we could put like our sauces in it or something and braille label on the outside like ketchup and the ketchup slips right behind that. Or like, we don't have ranch, but like ranch and the ranch slips right behind that. I don't know. I feel like we could do even better with this, but I love the idea. So I want to figure out how to make the most of that. I know so many of you who follow me are also blind. If you guys have any ideas, like things you think I should braille label or little gadgets that you have that makes your life easier, please help a girl out and let me know. Speaking of gadgets that make life easier, air fryers. I also don't know how people function without air fryers. I feel like that is the like cooking utensil, the cooking tool of the disabled, the greatest. And then we have stools everywhere, but that's just because I'm short. And then the coffee machine. This coffee machine I've had for years and years. I think I got it in like 2019 or 2018. And the reason I got this specific model is because it has like a milk frother that you can attach. So you can make lattes, cappuccinos, espressos, and long pours. But the buttons are tactile. And it's so simple. There's just 4 buttons and they are tactile. So I know which button does which. And it makes life so easy. And you just like pick this up, slip the pod in. So convenient, so easy. And then we also have one of the little pod organizers next to it. So you can just take the pod, put it in. It is the best coffee machine for like ease of use as a blind person that I found. I'm so sad that the way of tactile buttons is on the outs. Like tactile buttons are where it's at. And across from the coffee machine, we have our microwave where we've just utilized bump bits. Very simple, 1, 5, start, the important buttons. It's really all I would utilize or need to navigate. So I would rather tactile buttons. No microwaves seem to have those, and that's the microwave that was like already in here. So we did what we could and we used the classic life hack of blind people, stick on bump bits. In the freezer, before we leave the kitchen, I want to make sure to show you this. This is our ice cube tray, and I just think it's so fun. My dad found this for us on Amazon, and I was like, yes, Peter, that is a great choice. Basically, you have this silicone tray that sits over top of an ice bucket that has a scooper inside. You flip it over on top, and then the lid has these spikes in it that push in, and all the ice falls. Then you just take it off, and you've got like a whole little container of ice. And it's so smart. The one thing I still struggle with is obviously filling this, so that my partner does. I know there is some ice cube trays where it has a lid on it, and then you just open a flap and the water goes in there and disperses through the tray. So that's another great option if you're blind. But I do really like this system, and I feel like this would be useful, honestly, for just like a lot of people. And then we come to our living room. Every household needs game nights, and accessible games, they're hard to come by. They're few and far between. Can't just often like run to Target and grab them. So we've started to build a very small collection of accessible games. We got Braille Monopoly, which I am so frustrated with how much more expensive Braille games are. being blind is expensive enough, like all the extra things we need to buy just to make life functional. So the fact that like regular Monopoly is 5 times less expensive is so frustrating. But we did it. We bit the bullet and got the Braille Monopoly board. We haven't played yet because we just got it. Are you sensing a theme? We're like finally just settled. Everything's coming together. So now we're able to share this stuff with you. But yeah, we will have a game night soon, and this will be played along with Braille Uno. Now this is something that sometimes you can get at Target, which is nice. I love Braille Uno. Big fan. I want to get a normal Braille card deck, like just cards that are brailled. That's on my list of things to get so I can play like a lot of different card games. And then in my BC place, I have Braille Cards Against Humanity, which we're going to BC in like 10 days. So I want to bring that back with me when we come back to our LA place so that we have 4 options and not just 2. But this is our starting point with accessible games. And if you have any other suggestions, let me know. Ooh. And for the gamers, you'll be very excited to hear that we do have a PS5 and we have The Last of Us 2, which is, from my non-gamer girl understanding, the most accessible video game. My boyfriend's already beat it, and best believe I have plans to give it a go. So stay tuned for Molly playing The Last of Us. Look at it. Look at it, so bouncy. Oh no, no! She's fine. Are you rolling?
Yeah, I'm rolling.
Oh, okay, hi. So, lighting, very important. We have a mixture of smart plugs, like the Alexa smart plugs, which is what this lamp, for example, in the corner of our living room is plugged into. And then we also have Philips Hue light bulbs, which are also connected to Alexa. So what's fun about the Philips Hue one is that I could actually ask it to change the brightness, which as somebody with photophobia who sometimes wants it more bright and sometimes wants it less bright is really nice, being able to like turn it to 50% brightness, and she does. But then these ones, for ones like this lamp, obviously like I can't put a light bulb in it. It's a LED strip light. So for this one, we still wanted to be able to be hands-free and just ask Alexa to do it. So Alexa, turn off the living room light. That quick, that easy. Alexa, turn on the living room light. There she goes. And it's nice because you literally just plug the Alexa plug into the wall and then plug your lamp into that plug. This is one of those like what are they called? Like
it has a button on the floor.
So you step on it. That's really hard for me to find, especially because like we've got Elton's dog bed here, and then we've got our console and stuff. So having to come back here and like kick my way around to try to step on the knob every time would be really difficult. So I love having that. Cannot recommend enough. And then something I really want to get for our TV that I have in my BC place that I love, that's very affordable and makes life so much easier, is the Fire Sticks, the Amazon Fire Sticks, because that essentially adds a screen reader to your television. Big fan, and I want to get one for our TV here, but we don't have it yet. Actually, speaking of our TV, I don't know if all TV remotes have this, because this is like the only TV I've owned for a while, but ours has Braille on the remote control. So there is a P, which is the power button, and then of course it has the dot on the 5, and then down here there's a V because these are the volume keys, and then there's a C because these are the channel changing keys. And I don't know, I think that's really cool. And now we come to the hallway. Once again, lighting. Basically, there's this really cute built-in shelving unit, and we haven't properly decorated it yet, so don't judge that portion of it. But 25 bucks, Wayfair. We just got these pot lights that you stick on, and it was perfect because it came with 3, which is the exact amount that we needed. And just like the ones in the kitchen, it's on a remote, so it just like adds extra light in the space. It makes it feel very like art gallery-esque. So we want something cool to display here eventually. And also it's like ambient lighting when we don't want like the full overhead lighting on, but still keeps this space having a bit of brightness. Washer and dryer are very important. I just did all our laundry yesterday, and I could do it independently because of our bumpets. So this is the washing machine, and it's the exact same on the washer and the dryer. We have, so the button is above the touchscreen. The one issue is sometimes I will accidentally touch other buttons when I'm looking for the button I want, so that's kind of annoying. So basically that's the power on button under the bumpet on the left. Then I know that I take this and I turn it once to the right, and then I go over, I find this bumpet, and I hit start underneath. And that's Nice and simple. And then I'm a Tide Pod girl. Like, I cannot pour soap powder and dump it into the correct compartment. So Tide Pods, pluck one out of the container, throw it in. It's the easiest solution for me. That said, I'd be curious if there's any other options that the blind folks are using. Let me know, especially if there's a non-toxic version. I'd be curious to check out like a non-toxic Tide Pod alternative. And then this, yeah, is basically the exact same. So we have the same bump it, twist, bump it. And now, the bedroom where the magic happens. My eye! And my dog.
And yeah, your other eye.
My eyes.
Both of your eyes.
Plural. Yeah, okay, no one knocking on the door. He's been the happiest today. You are out of control. In the bedroom, we have got an air purifier and a humidifier because LA is dry and dirty. So we've got both. I got them both on Amazon. And what I like about them is that they have apps that you can use to control them. And I think they're Alexa compatible, but we honestly have not set that part up yet. But TBD, fingers crossed. And then, as all blind girlies need, storage. I have utilized storage bins and containers throughout this entire apartment, but I figured I would just show you the ones that I've used in the vanity here. So basically, we got them at HomeSense, and they're just a bunch of different clear separators. They're honestly probably for like office or kitchen, but it works perfectly. I have my bronzers that go into my highlighters. I have my blushes, and I've like color graded, so I know it starts at pink, goes to coral, goes to like more orangey and bronze, and then it has my cream ones, and then like eyeshadow palettes in the back. And I've done it like all the different drawers. For example, this one is a bunch of lip products. So I've done liners that separate in the middle. These are all of my Too Faced Hangover RX lip balms that are all scented. So these are my one lip section that I can actually pick the color independently based on the scent. And then I just have like overflow of other different lippies. So yeah, I've basically just utilized a bunch of different storage containers, tons of bins throughout my closets, and lots of drawer organizers and things like that. It's a must, truly a must. So those are all of the accessibility modifications we have made that are affordable, easy, quick life hacks to make your space more accessible. I'm sure over the next year, we'll probably continue to find little things to tweak and refine and make better. So if we do, we will be sure to make another follow-up video or just like post some content over on my other socials. Plug, go follow me over on there. All the links below. And until next time, you can click over here to see the accessibility features I renovated into the space that I own, or you can click over here to see the apartment tour if you happen to miss it. Now you have to go. Goodbye. Out you go. Say goodbye to your friends, Elton. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye. Which you probably
He just came out with me.
No, Elton, you have to stay with me. You live here. They don't. You live. Get inside. Oh.
It's like I don't want my internet friends to leave.
I know. They'll see you next Friday. They'll be here next Friday.